Story that we are breaking at the moment, the last video we've acquired of Tanzil Ahmed, the video of him at a wedding party with his family. This was hours before the NIA official was shot dead on his way back home from this very wedding. That's the video that we've just acquired of the NIA officer Mohammad Tanzil Ahmed, who was shot at by his killers and was eventually pumped with several bullets. His two children have survived miraculously. The children have now narrated the ordeal. This is investigations are ruling out a personal attack angle to the brutal murder.
वो मारते गए, पापा को मारते ही गए, उनकी गोली खत्म हो गई तब भी वो भर के फिर से मारते गए जब तक पापा बिल्कुल खत्म नहीं हो गए.
Brutal details of the murder of NIA officer Tanzil Ahmed narrated by his children, who witnessed the entire horror.
पापा को मारते ही गए, उनकी गोली खत्म हो गई तब भी वो भर के फिर से मारते गए जब तक पापा बिल्कुल खत्म नहीं हो गए.
दूसरी घटना है
पापा मारी थी उन्होंने, गोली उसके अंदर भरी थी.
पापा ने कभी कोई खतरा बताया था आप लोगों को?
कुछ नहीं, पापा
कभी नहीं था, कभी कोई शेयर नहीं करा कि कुछ
पापा कुछ ऐसा अच्छे थे, वो कुछ नहीं करते थे, वो गलत काम वो कुछ नहीं करते थे.
जैसे उनकी पहली गोली लगी, पापा ने बोला कि झुक जाओ, नीचे झुक जाओ, मुझे और मेरी बहन से. वहाँ से हॉस्पिटल तक मेरे
As agencies failed to find a personal enmity angle, investigators are now exploring the terror angle. Tanzil's participation in several high-profile cases, including the onslaught on the Islamic State module in India, his cultivated network of informers on Simi and its offshoots, and several other cases could have made him a target for anti-social elements.
इन्वेस्टिगेशन के विषय में मैं कोई बात नहीं करूंगा, बिल्कुल उचित नहीं होगा मेरे लिए कुछ भी बोलना.
यूपी पुलिस, वहाँ की एटीएस और एनआईए आपस में एक दूसरे से सहयोग करते हुए इसकी इन्वेस्टिगेशन कर रहे हैं और जल्दी ही वो इसकी तह तक पहुँचेंगे.
Sources say the caller who informed the police identified himself as Alam and he remains untraceable. The caller's name is also mentioned in the FIR. Agencies involved in investigation have zeroed in on 53 phone numbers that were active around the attack site when Tanzil was killed. A vital lead is expected from these mobile numbers, as some of them were activated within a week.
Mohammad Tanzil's death still remains an unsolved mystery, and that is why investigative agency, whether it be UP Police, ATS or the STF, are working overtime. Even though NIA is assisting them in the case, they feel that if there is a terror link which is found, then they would want to investigate the case. With camera person Siddharth, this is Kamaljeet Sandhu in Delhi for India Today.
Let's get the latest on that investigation into that major case. Atir Khan now joining us at the moment. Atir, it appears at the moment that there is still a lot of mystery over exactly who was responsible and what was the motive for the killing of this NIA officer.
Well, that's right. Yeah, the mystery is yet to be unraveled, but we're getting an update that the Alam, that person who was missing, had produced himself before the police, so he is being quizzed. But moreover, the police, Rajdeep, have got certain leads in the form of some CCTV footage that they have sourced from a camera which was fitted at a school on the highway, and they've got some images of a motorcycle, passing through the highway, which was followed by perhaps the Tanzil's vehicle, because the timing is matching. They have also got the video which the video which shows Tanzil before he was killed. So clearly the police and the NIA have certain leads on which they are working, but they are also specifically working on Tanzil's phone records, because that is very crucial. They're getting certain leads on the basis of the phone records. Also they are working out the geometry of the calls received and made. They're also trying to find out who are these persons who he was speaking to in the last few days before he was killed. So all the opens at all the angles at the moment, Rajdeep, are open. The police and the NIA, they're not committing whether it's a personal sort of rivalry or it has got something to do with terrorism.
Okay. Atir Khan joining us with the latest update on that terrible murder that's taken place there of the NIA officer, the latest in that case. Thanks very much for joining us. Let's turn to a story with slightly happier undertones. Jawaharlal Nehru University and Hyderabad Central University have been at the center of massive controversies for all the wrong reasons. But they are among the top central universities in the country. The first ever domestic ranking released by the HRD Minister Smriti Irani today covered 3,500 different institutes in 4 different categories. The Indian Institute of Science Bangalore has topped the list, followed by the Institute of Chemical Technology Mumbai. Jawaharlal Nehru University and Hyderabad University are the 3rd and 4th positions. Among the management institutes, take a look at who leads among the management institutes. IIM Bangalore leads the pack among management institutes, followed by IIM Ahmedabad. IIM Kolkata and IIM Lucknow were the other universities which emerged high in the management category. In the technological institutions category, IIT Madras was rated number 1, followed by IIT Mumbai, IIT Kharagpur and IIT Delhi. Significantly, perception among students, alumni, parents, employees and public was one of the key parameters on which the institutes were judged by the committee of experts. Let's go straight across to Professor Srinivasan, Acting Director at the IIM Bangalore. Mr. Srinivasan, should we now treat this as the most authoritative list when it comes to ranking of universities?
Certainly. I think this has been done in a very professional manner, and I think we should certainly treat it as a pretty authoritative list, yeah.
So therefore, if Jawaharlal Nehru University and Hyderabad University were to turn around tomorrow and tell their critics, look, you've been targeting us for all kinds of political reasons, but today a list provided by the HRD ministry shows us among the top universities, would they have every right to say so?
Yeah, but you know, I represent a management institute, but in my opinion, I think it's a no-brainer that JNU and HU are amongst the top universities in the world, in the country, you know.
Let me ask you this.
We do not have to wait for this study to do.
What would you say is the single most criteria that's separating the good universities from the not so good?
I think there are actually 2 criteria. Perhaps there is research, certainly, and there's also teaching. You know, these are very critical. And I think research especially is perhaps separated, because a lot of Indian universities, IITs, a lot of management schools actually teach pretty well.
Obviously, we can, you know, focus on the positive things that we did there against Australia.
We've got a very different team to those games that we played. We went through quite a few players throughout those 3 games.